Hey Danielle, how are you? We're just waiting for the people to come on. Thank you so much for waking up and joining us. Appreciate that so much. We're waiting for the people to come on. Oh, thank you so much, Carmela. Carmela is on this beautiful day. Thank you so much, Carmela. Danielle, thank you. And we want the people to come on board. And let's talk about some things. Hello there, how are you? Thank you so much, Jennifer. Thank you for joining us, Jennifer. I appreciate you joining us on today. Awesome. Awesome, 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 awesome. Hello, Angela. How are you, Angela? Thank you for joining us. Thank you so much for joining us. I am really wild about the comments that you're going to make. Usually very interesting comments, especially those of you who know what I'm talking about. Hello there, Zeno. Zero Tolerance, how are you? Thank you for joining us on this evening. We're going to talk about, as usual, narcissists, but we're going to talk about the painstaking love to a narcissist. Many of you have written me via email and you said you want to talk about this. Is it supposed to be this painful to love a narcissist? No, it is not to love. But to love a narcissist, yes. It is this painful. Excuse me, I got some hair in my eye. Let's get this out. There you go. Yes, it's very painful to love someone who cannot love, to love someone who tolerates you instead of celebrating you. Very, 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 very painful. So, hello there. Who else do we have on board? Hello there, Luke. How are you? Hey, Nikki. How are you, Nikki? Thank you for joining us. And we have Angela, Denise, Zero Tolerance. Ooh, zero tolerance. Absolutely. And that's basically what you have to do with the narcissist. Have zero tolerance of the narcissist. She said, I'm out of love and enjoying my day and weekend. Absolutely. You know, when you're in love with a narcissist, it's usually one-sided because the narcissist incapacitation to return or to reciprocate the love that you give. And the more you give to the narcissists love attention. They thrive on attention. And that attention is what they call fuel because the narcissists feel like they deserve all of your time. They are totally capacitated with involving you with themselves, where they want to take all of your time. They don't want you to have time for no one else but them. And the narcissist is so selfish until the narcissist will even take up the time that you need to spend with your child. The narcissist can turn jealousy to anyone. He can turn the jealousy to the child. She can turn the jealousy to the child. Anyone that gets your attention got the narcissist's attention. Absolutely. Absolutely. And Zeno said, yep, no contact is needed all the way. All the way. And usually when you make no contact, what happens is you're saying, I'm done. I'm done. Because it's hard to make no contact when you are still with the narcissist. Because the narcissist is in the house. It's going to, you can only gray rock for so long. And if you gray rock, you say, well, I'm going to go through this relationship in gray rock. And I'm just going to be here. Well, how long can you do that? Because the narcissist won't stop until they get a reaction, not a response. And what the narcissist does, because they know you, the narcissist is very attentive to all of your patterns, all of your weakness, the way you feel, what you say about things, they're very engulfed into your emotions. So after a while, gray rock is not going to be the answer. And so you will have to make some conservative decisions on how long you're going to take that and put up with that. She said, oh, thank you so much. Yes, welcome everyone and all new subscribers. Thank you so much. Hello there, Tashawn. How are you? Tashawn said yes. Is absolutely. So the narcissist is a totally consumed relationship. It is not where you give half. And you know, when you totally is consumed by the narcissist, especially the covert narcissist, which has the total admiration outside of the house. They love them, they're gifted, and they're usually very how can I say, charismatic, and they seem to be the people's person, except when it comes to you in private. In public, oh, they give you everything you need. They love bomb you, whatever it takes to look like the great imagery, because you got some covert narcissists that are very somatic, and then you got covert narcissists that are very cerebral. Then you got covert narcissists that can be very malignant and psychopathic in their ways. And see, when the covert, that let you know how underhanded, how soothing the games they play, and they usually go after your mind, because your mind under pressure is not given to stress very well, and the narcissists want you to stress out. So the narcissists make it very difficult. And the narcissist, especially you got a narcissist that is a great lover, you know, a narcissist that take care of the home. There are some narcissists that are great providers, and they pride themselves in providing for you, and they provide for you. So it can be very difficult for you to be without them. And 9 times out of 10, if they make more than you and they're giving you a comfortable lifestyle, and this lifestyle had afforded you to be among the elite, it can be very difficult to break the tie, because not only are you in love with them, but your living standards has been the measure of what they provide. So the narcissists want to the outside to look at you and tell you how foolish you are. Why? You live in the best house, you drive the best cars, you wear the best clothes, you eat the best foods. But the hell that you go through with this painstaking love to a narcissist. And this is what we're going to talk about. She said, yes, he stresses me out so bad. Absolutely, Jonay. Absolutely. That's the whole relationship. Good evening, Deborah. How are you? She said, yes, he's a great provider, but she said, I never had him. Absolutely. You have his things. And then Nikki said, he mocked me for getting confidence back. Of course. You know, and it's really not a mockery. It's really a deception. It's a fear. And when you get confidence, the narcissists know that what the first thing you're going to do when you get confidence is to see their lack of confidence. Because where the narcissist is grandiose and where the narcissists seem privileged, they have all of these insecurities, because you can't be secure with all of these holes on the inside of you. How can you be secure when you can't love? And it doesn't matter how many people you get to supply you. It's just like pouring water in a bucket with no holes in it. It just goes right through them. And this is why the narcissists constantly need fuel, because everything you get to them, give to them, goes right through them. They are not a containment. They're only an expression of what they want people to think. And narcissists care very much about what people think. Yeah. And Zeno said, yeah, the best card and the best clothes. Absolutely. Hello, Hakar. How are you? Absolutely. And especially when that narcissist come home and their paycheck, but you notice if they provide for, take care of you, take care of the house, it's not that they're giving you extra, it's that they're making sure they take care of where they're laying their heads. They're taking care of what they are driving. So it's imagery. And when the imagery is important, it's like when you get these narcissists that are high end, you know, they're 6 figures, they're in the political arena, they may be high staff in the military, they may be high staff on the police force, firefighters, doctors, lawyers, accountants, brokers, they are in the marketplace. And so when you got these high calibers, entertainers, so when you got these high caliber narcissists, you better believe the imagery does matter. And one thing about a narcissist, longevity to many of them matter. Why? Because they want people to think that they have the capacity to love and to hold to a relationship, because they bounce around. It doesn't make them look good, especially in certain fields like a doctor or lawyer. You need to keep your imagery up. And so that covert become image conscious. She said she said insecure at its finest. Absolutely. She said narcs love name brand even when they're broke. Absolutely, because it's imagery. They want to feel that they're the best. They want to feel that they have the best of things. And then when you have a narcissist that is not capable of taking care of the house, or taking care of the children, buying the best of things, but they're wanting the best of things, they're going to get it at your expense. And you'll find that it doesn't matter how many overtime hours you work, how many jobs you work, you are always going to go to the bottom. And then the narcissist, when you say, look, we got to pay bills, we got to do this, then the narcissist start accusing you of not caring for them. You don't love me, because if you love me, you would do this. I'll do anything for you. Whether the proof of the pudding is in the eating. The truth of it, you don't have the money to do all this stuff you said. You always promises. I'm going to buy you the moon. I'm going to. It's always a future faking. And they're always telling you what they're going to do for you. It is their desire that they do for this. And while you are doing now, they are promising for tomorrow. And they're always in tomorrow. They never, even if they had the ability to do it, even if they had the money to do it, they finally got money. And you know that they took and spent that money. None of the things they wanted, they said they was going to do, they did. And now they're broke and they're back to the future faking. Hello there, how are you? You are so welcome. Thank you so much, V. Harrison. I really appreciate it. Deshaun said there are excellent future fakers. Absolutely. They keep you in the future because there's nothing required now. As long as I get you to look for tomorrow, then you're going to take the burden, you're going to take the responsibility off me to come through now. And what you're saying, now the bills are due, now the mortgage is due, now the rent is due, now the car note is due, now the insurance is due, now the medical expenses, now the utilities, now the yard, now. So all of these bills and all of these things the narcissists don't want to do, and they future fake. She said, my narc always spoke about marriage. She said, then he became a monster. She said, and the worst man I've ever met. She said, and action showed that marriage was far from his mind. She said, it was just to keep me around. Absolutely. You know, why spend money on the whole cow when you can have the milk, the cheese, the egg, the cheese, and the butter? Why are you going to do that? And then at the end, you cut up the cow and make the steak, and then you got the highest commodity. So what the narcissist does, the narcissist is like a broker. They bet at the highest level, and they want to go to a profit margin. With you, the narcissist go to a profit margin. But what the narcissist does is go to the profit margin of your emotions, of your mind, of your family, of your future, of your goals. Because if you know, look at you. If you've been with the narcissist 5 years and above, look at you now. Look how you came in. You came in with so much hope. You came in with so much faith. Even if you still have the business, even if you still doing it, you'll notice you don't have the energy to keep that business up. You are aging. You're having all kind of physiological problems that they really can't find anything wrong with you. And then some of you that got brain injury from such traumatic stress, and it shows up, and they can't pinpoint that it is the narcissist. They're asking you, have you been in an accident? Have you fallen? Have you bumped your head? Anything of that nature? None of those things. But the narcissist has totally stressed out your mind until you are sleepless. You don't know what to plan. You're going through the motions. You got a business, you're going through the motions of the business. And the one thing about business ethics, if you go through the motions of the business and you don't keep that innovation up, you start losing ground. You start losing your business. And after a while, you don't even have the energy to fight for the business. And what the narcissists do, they usually get a gravitational pull from your business, and sometimes they can clone your business, and the next thing you know, the narcissist is doing what you're doing, and then they're doing it better than what you're doing. Why? Because all of your clients has been diverted to them, and that's what the narcissist does. They are pullers, they are exactors when it comes to you. They don't want you to have anything, and they want it. Everything you got that is good, the narcissist want it, and not only do they want it, they want the credit for it. She said, we didn't have sex the entire relationship. He was trying to break me down. And he said that I was a challenge. See, the narcissist, one thing you got to recognize about the narcissist, it goes like a chess game. They build their mind because the narcissists know that they're going to have to withdraw sex from you. And the narcissist knows that sex is an emotion. It's a feeling. And when you have sex, the narcissist is at their most vulnerable in a sexual escapade because they can still feel. And so what the narcissist had to do is be very mechanical, very methodical. And so when the narcissist is thinking about their next move sexually, what they want to do sexually, they're not engaged sexually like you are engaged. You're all at an emotional blimp. You're all emotionally consumed. The narcissist is thinking about what their next step is to bring you in a state of ecstasy, because the narcissist's main thing is to control this supply. Let's get this supply in control. And that's why the painstaking love of a narcissist, it takes everything you got. And if you've been with a narcissist 5 years, you know that. You know the loss. You know that you look in the mirror and your eyes seem so empty, so void. And you're trying to figure out, where am I at? Because I'm lost with this person. And the longer you stay, the more you lose yourself. And the more you go to denial, deflecting, and you deflect from the truth. And you say, God, I want out. And then when God opened the door, you don't take the door. You take more punishment. That's trauma bonding. Trauma bonding is like Stockholm syndrome. It keeps you locked into the misery. It keeps you locked into the pain. Loving a painstaking love of a narcissist is tremendous. It's totally consuming. And the longer you stay, the more you give up of yourself. The longer you stay, the more consumed you are of yourself. Christian Soldier said, I was married for 5 years until I couldn't take it. She said, I didn't realize it. She said, I couldn't take it. I couldn't take it anymore. And usually when you can't take it, so Christian Soldier, did you go to a discard or did you go to an escape? CB Makeup say, they constantly demean you. Absolutely. Absolutely. V. Harrison said, my husband, Narc, used me to look like he was stable and a loving guy, with all of his posts on Facebook, because it's important. And Violet said, hello, my first time on your channel. Your daughter Carmen Bryan told me. Oh, okay, great. Thank you so much for joining me. She said that's why he was always comparing me to the women. He was starting to cheat and break down my self-esteem and making me give him what he wanted. See, when you are it's rape. It's emotional rape. It's physiological rape. It's financial rape, because things are taken from you. You are compelled to give these things. And after a while, you don't want to give it, but you almost compelled to give it. You feel like you can't. When you give up your will, you're giving up yourself. Your will is the motivational part of you that moves you, that calls you to shake up things, that calls you to be relentless in what you do. But when you're relentless to the narcissist, no matter what he do, you come right back in and you start catering to the narcissist. The narcissist knows something about slavery, because they're slave masters. They're hard taskmasters. And the more you love the narcissist, the more the narcissist hate you. That's why many of you say, why do he hate me so much? Because the narcissist can't love. And because they can't give what they're pulling out of you, they punish you, because they go to different supplies. And the first thing, what did they say? I love you. I love you. I love you. Those 3 words have almost taken people's lives, because they wanted to hear it from this person that seems so right, this reflection of themselves, the image of themselves. When the narcissists don't understand who they are It can be quite traumatic, but it's even worse when the narcissist knows. Some of them had a medical diagnosis and they know what they're capable of doing. That's why when you get with the narcissist, you will say, I'm going to leave you. And when I leave you, I'm never coming back. The narcissist will laugh. Why? Because the narcissist is thinking, I done had you 1,000 times. I done been through you 1,000 times. And for the 1,001st time, I'm going to do you like all the others. I'm going to cause you to love me with everything you got. And when I squeeze out every ounce of life to you, I'm going to discard you. I'm going to punish you for that statement. And so you have to be careful of what you say to the narcissist Christian soldier. So I've gotten better, though a lot. She said, because of the abuse, you turn things for yourself. Absolutely. She said, I was married for 5 years. Okay. She said, I read that one. Hello there, CB Makeup. She said, getting them is like getting over them. It's like getting off of drugs. It is getting off of drugs. The narcissist is just like oxycodone or oxycontin. Oxycodone and oxycontin is a very, very addictive drug. You need it in your pain and you take it in your pain and it numbs the pain, but it doesn't take the pain away. And the next thing you know, you got a craving for the thing that numbed the pain, but it's now causing pain because now you'll do anything for that oxycontin. The doctor gave it to you. Now you'll make up things that is wrong to go get it. And that's the way some of you'll make up things to make sure you get that feeling from the narcissist, to get that devotion. So you go to cognizant dissonance. And what you are saying is, I don't care about it. As long as I get their attention. And they say, yeah, but it's going to cause pain for you to get that attention. Then you'll take temporary pain for just a temporary satisfaction. And the satisfaction is so grave, so minute. It wasn't even worth everything that you've been through. But when you train your mind to adjust the pain, when you train your mind to adjust to the evil ways of the narcissist, then it's easy to get caught in a trap. And if you are in a narcissist relationship that does not have the power to get improvement, you're caught in a trap. It's a trap. So absolutely, it is a drug. She said they put on a great show. She said demons underneath. Absolutely. Hello there. And Luce Madden said, when I figured him out, she said, I completely turned the tables on him. He was physically abusive to me. She said, I fought him back, and it shocked him when I tried to kill him. Yeah, but see what happened? He had broke you down too much. She said, I said what I said. Hello. I said what I said. Hello, doctor. This is Karma Rain. Hello there. How are you, Karma? So true. Haka says, she said, I'm happy to say that I walked away from the demon, and he can't say he had pleasure of leaving me. But see, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I'm glad you walked away, but look at the damage. Look at the damage, Haka, you sustained. Look at the correction that you are having to do. Look at the recovery zone that we're having to enter into. Even though he may be long gone, that sometimes you don't know whether to freeze, fight, or flight, because all of these built up paranoias that's on the inside of you, that's delivering messages to your muscles, that are delivering to your system, that is delivering all this cortisol built up inside of you. And the cortisol gives you the ability to make a decision when something is wrong, to protect yourself. And you're feeling like you have to protect yourself when there's nothing harmful. And all of this cortisol, like women with big bellies, they shake that pear shape. They got that big belly, or you got that big belly because you got that cantaloupe shape or that watermelon shape. And most of your weight is in your midsection because of the stress. Your menstrual cycle is offline because you're offline. Your stress is offline. Your hair is falling out. Your eyebrows are thinning out. You're forgetting. You have fog, mind fog. You're having sleepless night. You're having eating problems. When you eat, you got acid reflux, and this acid reflux just come up even in your sleep, in your stomach. You got to take stuff to keep things down. You got burning in your stomach all the time. Back problems, shoulder problems. You got all of these fibromyalgia. You got all of these things going on because the stress that a person is putting on you that will not consider with you. And you are trying to do this and raise children. You're trying to do this and work. You're trying to do this and keep your mind stable. And you are totally unstable. The narcissist can pick that up like fleas can be directed to a dog. And the narcissists know when they're breaking you down. When they go break you down, they go in for the kill. Hello there, Amy. How are you? She said, I'm a recovering heroin addict. And she said, we'll have 2 years clean next month. Yay! Good girl. She said, however, moving from my son's narcissist father have been the absolute worst detox ever, especially mentally. I know, because see, drugs get in your system, and once you keep them out of your system, the more you keep them out of your system, the stronger you get. The scars they did on the mind and on the body, some of that can be repaired, but the scars that the narcissist put on your soul, it goes everywhere you go. A scarred brain, a marred brain, holes in the soul, wounded souls, TBI, where you are so traumatized until your memory house these trauma. And when you start to think these trauma, these emotions come back up. Some of you break out with rashes at the thought. You've been discarded 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, and you still break out with panic attacks. You still break out with rashes, and you're wondering, what is this? You lotion yourself, and it's like your skin is crawling every time you think of them. You think they're hiding under the bed, they're hiding in the closet, and you can feel the presence of them. That is TBI. That is traumatic brain injury from the emotional damages done to you in the name of love. But love is only one-sided. When the narcissist say, I love you, what the narcissist say, I'm getting ready to travel you down the road of hell. You're getting ready to know what hell is like. I'm getting ready to cause you to embrace so much hell till you're going to lose your name. And the only name you're going to remember is the narcissist's name. You have to recover. You have to pull out. You'll be amazed how God has given you the stamina, the energy to bounce back. And some of you are walking miracles because you done bounced back after 10 years, 15 years, and 20 years. One lady was married 67 years to a narcissist, and he did not change. In his 80s, he got worse, and he died like that. And when he died like that, she has 67 years of scars that she have to get triggers for, because she don't even know those different scars. It's been so many years. And then as she go into healing, she don't have another 67 years of healing. And so when God present an opportunity to a trauma specialist, to a narcissist specialist, and some of you to a life coach, and that's a life coach got to be really tremendous. For some of you probably need to go beyond a life coach. You need a trauma specialist. You need a counselor, a psychiatrist, a psychologist to enter into that realm where you are the most tender and open that place up and walk you from the darkness to the light and give your self-esteem back, give your confidence back, put you biologically on track, psychologically on track. And once you get biologically, psychologically on track, it's definitely going to put you financially on track. And then some of you now are going after your damaged seed where the children has been affected and the children think it was their fault. And now the children has attracted what you tried to get rid of. You want to get rid of the narcissist, but now the children, their lovers are narcissists, their wives are narcissists, because the only example they have is what they've had. Hello there, melanated. How are you? She says stress will be there regardless because you are with a disordered individual. Absolutely. She said, but knowing that you love someone who was bad, had the strength to leave, she said, let me see. Let me go back to that. There you go. She said, had the strength to leave, she said, and it does say something about who you are. It does. But let me tell you something. When you're addicted, to drugs. You can look back after you're free. You look back after you have the habilitation has occurred, and you got the resolve. You overthrown that drug addiction. But there's nothing you can do about the past. The past is part of your experience. It's part of your life. But what happened now? You'll enter into a new hope arena, and now you can see. And so now that you can see the patterns that cause you to be addicted. The narcissist is a drug, and many of you can't do this by yourself. God give us the grace, every one of you, that through the grace of God, and you are free and you are in your right mind. The fog has left. You don't have you are not biologically tore down. You still have energy. You find yourself rising up. You should applaud 1,000 times, because many people, for you, the one who made it, there was probably about 50 that didn't. 50 to 1 that did not make it. And even though they were discarded or escaped, some of them ran away, and they hate it every day because they feel like they can't do without the narcissist. So they go back like the Stockholm syndrome that protects their killer, and he wants to kill them, but they protect their killer because they are trauma bonded to that killer. They're trauma bonded to his disinterest, his hatred, his low down ways. And many of you are rising out of the fires, and you're rising out of the death places. You got up out of the grave, and you can't look back once you have went forward. You say, yeah, but you don't know how it hurt. Whew, I do know how it hurts. And I'm telling you that you can go beyond the hurt. Pain is not the final statement. You said, but you don't know, I don't want to live without them. That is not the final statement. What you have learned to do when you have a child, there's many things you'll go through for the sake of that child, and you will fight through for the sake of that child. That's what you need to do for you. You need to fight through for the sake of you and for the sake of getting up again. Come on, the narcissist can be a classroom and the best professor you ever had, and you can gain strength and mobility once you realize who you are. And I'm not telling you it's an easy road. I'm telling you it's a possible road. She said, even after leaving 6 years free from the narc, still have to stop thinking about all the time the evil he did to me. But God. See, honey, we got that but God testimony. Come on now. You're not going to win this devil. You know, no matter what you do, you're not going to be the ultimate in this. We will rise up. My mind is stronger than my pain. My heart is stronger than my pain. My life is stronger than my pain. And it doesn't matter how many times I hide around a tree because I thought I saw him, because I thought I heard him, or how your heart break because he's with your best friend. And you thinking, how can my best friend be with him? And my best friend knew what I went through with him. Honey, your best friend is addicted just like you are. They got trauma bonded just like you did. And your best friend going through hell just like you did. Don't you think just because he got new supply that everything is hunky-dory? It's never hunky-dory with a narcissist. And I mean, they could be driving the best cars, and when they get in public, look like they got the best life. That woman is crying at night. Come on. She blowing air bubbles under those pillows and under that blanket, wishing that she had listened to her heart, wishing that she had never got involved. And she did. And once you get involved, you got to walk through the process, baby, because it ain't no bailing out. You can bail out and run, but what you got in you runs with you. V. Harrison said, you are so anointed. Thank you for all those videos. She said, really helped us to heal. She said, I discarded the narcissist. She said, after dating him 12 years, she said, and married a year. No contact over a year, and divorced ever since September. Dated him for 12 years. Married him for 1 year. Girl, come on here. Let me give you a crown. Just bend down. I'm going to put it on your head. Because I'm going to tell you something. 12 years of hell for 1 year of heaven is still all worth it. And you know what? The 12 years is the mark. The 12 years is the scars that you went through, because you had 1 year year of discovery who that devil really was. And see, once you realize, and a lot of people said, I am not here to condemn the narcissist. We are not here to condemn the narcissist. We are just here to acknowledge who they are and what they did. See, you can't forget about what they did. It doesn't matter what people say. You know your life story. You know what you've been through. And honey, you got some more fight in you. Open up those curtains and dry your eyes, because we ain't going to let you go. We're not going to let you slip through the cracks. We're going to hold your arms up when you feel like fighting us. We are not your target. We are your helpers. And sometimes when you're hurting so bad, you hurt your helpers. Hurting people hurt and wounded people wound. But healers heal. And we want to make you a healer that go after to heal the very people that are just like you. And see, when we're all on this sport, we understand, baby girl. We understand, young man, what you're going through. You don't even have to explain it to us. All you have to say, I'm a narcissist survivor. We can almost tell your story because we got it a lot. They got different personalities, but baby, the hell is real. It's on real time. Let me see. And then we have Luke. He said, she said, as I heal, I don't trust anyone. I don't date. I got a divorce from him. She said, and really, I don't feel free because of the trauma. I know you don't. That's the healing. The mind takes time. Healing the mind. You know, even if you go under hypnosis is just a temporary sedative, but it's a sedative. One thing about a sedative, once it wears off, your reality comes back. And see, you don't trust anyone, but you can trust everyone. You say, why would you say that? Because if you trust them to be a fool, they're a fool. And if you trust them to be a devil, they're a devil. Come on, Maya Angelou said, if they show you who they are, believe them the first time. We don't have to go around in a circle, honey. This is not round 10 with the same thing I got in round 1. No, once you boxed me, broke my jaws, blacked my eyes, I need to see out of what's left. Come on here. And you can rise up. You can get over this. It's just that every time a thought comes, you got to implement another thought greater than the pain you endured. Just because you endured that pain, that is not the end of your world. Let it be the end of their world. Why the narcissist got to win? Because the narcissist is going to degrade, discard, and make a demand. And the narcissist holds you in the system just in case that supply don't work. Here he comes, traveling back. You think my memory is gone? Come on. You remember the loss. You remember the cry. You remember why he left. And the first time he left, you were so glad. Your body was glad. Thank God. Your body was saying, I ain't getting beat up today. Come on here. Your body is so happy. You are more powerful than what you know. You got dreams. You got goals. And it wasn't meant to be put away for 12 years, for 15 years, for 40 years, 30 years. While this nut goes back to a supply and you see them constantly doing damage because they're cyclers. They go through the same cycle. They go through the same pattern. And then you feel sorry for the person who's with, because you know what they're going through. I don't care how they look so charming. By the time she finished, she looked like Fire Marshal Bill. All her hair, she got burnt spots everywhere. She got burnt spots where you shouldn't even have burnt spots at. Come on. And then this is what they do. They always leave evidence of the damage, because these things are their trophy. When they damage you and there's evidence of the damage, these are their trophies. The trophies of the narcissist is through all the pain, through all the trauma, through all the backlash, through all being set aside, through all that you lost, through all memory loss, through all of your business loss, financial loss, friend loss, family loss, children loss. You raising your children. They grew up with a narcissist home. They hate you like they hate them. And then some of them, they've been so traumatized like you are until they done converted into a narc, or they're totally empathic and they're drawing narc after narc after narc after narc, and your heart is breaking for what you see and what you beheld. Come on, you are greater than that. And I'm telling you, you said, but how can you say that when I'm still hurting? Why can't I say that and you still hurting? Your pain doesn't modularize your totality. Your pain just say you done been through something. And when you've been through something, open the door, baby, and walk out of the door. But what God is doing is God is training you to build yourself, to gather your thoughts, to gather the image. You remember what made you love them was you loving you. Because that's what happened. You said, but I never loved me. You did when you met the narcissist. You did when the narcissist love bombed you. That was the first time you were taught. The narcissist taught you how to love you. They just became the mirror of the reflection. And you thought it was the narcissist, and it was you. You know how to love you. You know how to appreciate you. You just transferred the information. You transferred the emotion. And the narcissist was a thief, so he stole it. Melanie said, she said, being with a narcissist is an addiction. She said, and leaving an addiction cold turkey means something. She said, most don't. They will have to be left. She said, get out. That's the difference. Yes. She knew her son was crazy. Okay, we got a conversation that's going on. Okay, guys, check me out. Check me out. I need you to stay with me. I need you to stay. I don't want you to talk around me, because if we got 4 conversations going on, you're going to miss what I'm saying. And you need to know what I'm saying. Hey, I got 37 years. I got thousands under my belt. So I think I'm worth listening to. So let's get this conversation back on track. Let's talk about what I'm talking about. Because what I'm talking about is you building. What I'm talking about is you growing. What I'm talking about is the wings that you're going to fly with. Because you are eagles. You're not chicken. You are the swan princess that's on the water. Visible in the night with the moon behind you looking beautiful. That's who you are. But the narcissist take and break the windows, so you see nothing but cracked windows. You won't see your image. He break the mirror. Come on, the narcissist, and the reason we got the narcissist was from a narcissistic flower, where the narcissist would go look at himself until he drowned because he couldn't pull himself away. And if the narcissist can't pull themselves away from themselves, they won't be able to pull themselves away from themselves now. And so when they are with you, it has nothing to do with you. You are just the exactness, or you're the replica of where they want to distribute this energy. And it's all negative. When you got a person who got holes in themselves, it doesn't matter how much you put in them. It would never find a filter. It would never find a full, because you can't put full things in empty places. You cannot. That have bottomless, the bottomless pit of their emotion, the bottomless pit of their reciprocation, where they can't give back to you. How long? And just like the young lady said, you have to get out. Nobody can tell you that. You have to resolve that issue. You can go to cognitive dissonance, and you can go to deflection if you want to. But at the end of the day, when the doors are closed and the lights are out, it's your memory, it's your mind, it's your pain, it's your longing, it's your tears. When you are in that bed and you turn your back and the tears are falling down your face and they are hot on your face, and you wake up and your pillow is wet from the tears and the pain that you went through, and then you are asking yourself all night, why me? Because you are there. That's why you are the one that was chosen. You are the one that he has. You are the one that she has. And they're going to cause pain to every part of you that they can touch and that they can take. Okay, let's see. Luke said, I pray and I pray. And Deborah said, yes, Apostle Helen is on point. She said, all of that is true. Absolutely. She said, melanated vessel, I believe they pick up these traits from their parents, because I met his dad and he had horrible energy. All narcissists do. You're never going to meet a narcissist that have positive energy. When you meet them, they have positive energy. That's called the love bombing phase. That's a love bombing phase. That's the only way you're going to have the positive energy. Love bombing, they put everything in there. That's the narcissist at its best. That's the Grammy Award. They go on stage with the love bombing. Oh, it's red carpet all the way with the love bombing. Oh, but you're going to pay for every step you made. You're going to pay for it. Nobody is here is going to congratulate the narcissist for being a narcissist. Not with the pain and the hell that we subjected ourselves to. Come on. Because you feel like you can't, so you want. And sometimes the love bombing is so good, you just want that first hit all over again. It never comes. It never. It would never come. No matter how long you stay with them, you will stand with them as if you have a real relationship, as if you have a real person that really care for you. And you know, you look up and it's been 30 years and you're just as insecure as you were when you first met them, even more so, because at least when you first met them, you got the love bombing. So for about 3 months, oh my God, they were so perfect. I mean, there was nothing about them that you didn't like. They were, you thought, well, how, why did they get away? I am so fortunate that somebody else didn't recognize them. No, they recognized them, and they went through the same pattern that you did. And even though you have a covenant with them of being a spouse, everyone knows what it's like to hear him grunt in the night. Everyone knows the breath, the hot breath in their ears, or what they smell like. Why would you want something that you can share? If the whole world knows, then just do it openly. But the narcissist won't, because their image, they care about their image, and they are image controlled. Deborah said, let's see. Christina said, yes, is hypnosis demonic or no? She said, I always wonder because people use it for my narc voice. And she said, face change when he had to go into rages. Absolutely. You know, when a person takes your mind and decide for you, how can that be notable? Isn't that what the narcissist does? Take your mind and decide for you. Some people use the hypnosis as treatment to help people come out of trauma. You know, so I won't discard that. I personally don't like it because I'm putting my mind in somebody's hands. I don't like that. I like to be able to decide for myself. I want the independent decision maker to be me and not you. And then later on, we don't know the damage or maybe the repercussions of me having to do this when you are not there. And so I like to have the independent choices and know that I'm in control of my mind. So Christina, I hope that helped. Teresa Bullock said, Doctor, do you think that the narcissists have demon possessing them? She said, I've seen my narc voice and face change as he go into rages. Oh yeah. You may notice that there is someone with them. There's a different entity. There's a different power that is with them. They're not totally on their own, of course. And when you have evidence, nobody can change your story. Nobody can rewrite your story. You have evidence. You lived through it. You know what you know. You heard what you heard. You saw what you saw. So how can that be changed? You know, when you have that grace of God that is with you and you're able to love, you're able to praise and worship God, and those of you who do meditation and you have other sources, my source is Jesus Christ. You know, I personally think that is my source of worship. And I'm faithful to my source of worship, which is Jesus Christ. And when I am with him, I am totally satisfied, totally elated. I mean, he can take a crumbling situation and make it glorious for me because he changed my mind. He changed how I think about it. He's changing my imagery. He's changing my thoughts concerning that. So this is why we spend a lot of times with these videos. These videos are thought provokers that change your mind. They give information where your mind will block it, your mind will house it out, your mind will fog it out. This information go in, and the more you listen to it, we start bypassing trauma information with the trauma zones, with the right information, and then you'll find that traumatized realm start to heal. It start to multiply. You start to multiply the greatness, multiply the words, multiply the hope. If we can get that ray of hope back into you, and we get that fight back into you, nobody has to make the decision but you. You know, you got to go listen to my video, When the Supply Has Had Enough. When nobody have to say anything to you. You don't need a prophet. You don't need me to tell you anything. No, when the supply has had enough, done. I'm done with you, bro. I'm done with you, sis. We're not going to go down this road anymore. I'm done. You done tore away my mind. You done tore away my thoughts. You done tore away my dreams. And we're not doing this anymore. I am finique. I'm done. And when the supply's done, nobody have to convince them otherwise. And sometimes, That's all you need to come to the finish place. But what does it take? Sometimes it takes more than others. Some people don't finish to 40 years. Some people don't finish at 60 years. Some people finish at 10, and other may finish at 5. Then you got somebody say, you know, while this is early in the day, clocking out. I'm not working this shift. This shift is done because I see where this work is going, and I'm not going to do no overtime in this. They clock out. Okay, let's see what else we have here. We have Nikki. She said they isolate you so you can be alone. They isolate you so you can be you could be controlled. When you go to isolation, you're dealing with control issues. It's not loneliness. That's what you experience. But what they're demonstrating is control. They get you away from all empowerment. They get you away from all help. And that's why a lot of narcissists that found out you were listening to these videos, they down us and make us look like we're crazy. That we don't want nothing. We don't know what we're talking about. And that you're crazy for listening to us. And then they punish you. They withdraw their affection, withdraw their sex, withdraw their finances, just so you can stop. And then you get so hungry for what you didn't have until some of you stop. And the moment you stop, the fall came and you was immersed in what they did. You was totally inebriated again by that selfish kindness. And it's not kindness, that's self-love. No, when you grow in love with a person, it's mutual. When you fall in love, you're pushed. It's one-sided. You don't fall in love. The Bible says, now unto him that's able to keep you from falling. You grow in love. But how can you grow in love when it's not mutual? And the only person that's growing in their damage is the narcissist. And it's not damage control. It's damage provoking. Okay. Look at Jayla. Jayla said exactly what happened. Makes a mockery of any content about awareness. Absolutely. You know why they do that? Because listen what you said. They make a mockery of awareness. We are your alarm clocks, and we are loudly displaying signals. We're telling you it's time to wake up. And sometimes when you wake up out of a deep sleep, you don't even want to get out of the bed because some of you saying it's too early for me to wake up. So you lay back down in the defense. You lay back down in offense. You lay back down in abuse. You lay back down in trauma because you say it's too early. Excuse me. For me to get up. And you know what? Sometimes you got to rise up when you don't feel like it. When I have to get up early in the morning, I don't always feel like it, especially if I just went to bed. You know, I'm here in Colorado. They're 2 hours ahead of us. And so while we're back home and I would normally, you know, we have prayer time at midnight and we're up at 6. And so, you know, it can be difficult. Well, I'm 2 hours ahead. So I'm going to get up 2 hours ahead of where I would normally get up. But guess what? I'm here with you. I'm here online with you because you are more important than the sleep I won't get. You are more important than a time differential. And see, you got to see that value system. When some people give you time because that's the time they make for you. But when a person gives themselves to have time with you, that's different. And many of us on these portals are giving ourselves time with you. Dr. Brian, Telsha, other people that are coming on, you know, Bishop Blake's, you know, it takes time. It takes time to give ourselves. And you know what? We have no regrets. As a matter of fact, it's honorable to spend this time with you. If we can make you smile from the tears that you shed, we've done well. I said what I said thanks. Christian Soldier said, feed your soul with some scriptures. Yes, feed your soul with that life word. Absolutely. She said, mother don't seem to know what they are. She said, this is Libra. She said, I am physically sick in my body. Relationship with this person. Absolutely. Absolutely, little princess. And guess what? It doesn't get better. It doesn't get better. Your brain knows something is wrong. Your brain knows this is not the kind of energy that is holistic energy, that is healing energy. It is damaged energy. And it's going to keep damaging you. And you're going to keep getting older. And you're going to keep aging. And you'll keep wondering, why? Why, Lord? And you know what? God is saying, yeah. Why? Because the only way to keep from getting burnt in the fire is to get out of the fire. She said they screw themselves every single time. And Terevia said, yep. She said, I said what I said says. He gives me discernment and intuition on a higher vibration every single time. Haka said, Dr. Sadler, how do you get over feeling sorry for the narcissist? Because you know their childhood. I stayed around because I knew he had been hurt, and I still feel bad for him. That's because you're an empath. You know, it's like the dog that goes out, and this bulldog kills people. He attacks people. And he attacks people because he was abused. Well, people have died over this abused dog. So do we leave the abused dog on the street just because he's been abused? No, because he's killing people. He's abusing. No, we're going to get this dog out of circulation. And the narcissists have been abused, but the narcissist has the ability to think, to manipulate. They have precision in their minds. They can make decisions. So Haka feeling sorry is what they want. And when you're empathic, they want that emotion. All the time. Luke said, she said, I saw his eyes turn black with rage. She said, and I've never experienced anything like this before. I could tell you this, you'll never forget it. When they look at you with those black eyes, and you look at them and you see hatred, like you never ever seen hatred, and then the eyes goes back. Honey, it's unforgettable. Come on, Nat King Cole, unforgettable. Yeah, it's unforgettable. You won't ever forget that, because those pierce your soul. It's like they go to the cerebral cortex and just strike it. Your memory will recall that 1,000 times. Even if you only saw it that one time, that's all it takes. You'll never forget that look because it's so diabolical. So, Haka, recall the source. Recall the source. That's how you get over it. You make a decision. Because it's not going to happen any other way. You have to make a decision to move on. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. If you don't make a decision to move on, you're going to stay stuck till you do. We know, excuse me, we know what it takes to move on past the pain. We know what it takes. And we're not telling you that it's easy. We're telling you that it's possible. We're telling you that you're going to walk like you're in quicksand, but you got to keep moving. We're telling you you may cry, but you got to keep moving. We're telling you you'll hit the wall. Why me? Why my life? Why couldn't he love me? What was wrong with me? I did everything for him. I did everything for him. Yeah, but when everything you do is not enough, it's not enough. Doesn't matter what you do for a person when they don't appreciate it and value it. They just don't appreciate it. You still have to get up and move on. Don't stay stuck. Get your will involved. Get your mind involved. Read books on encouragement. Read self-help books. Get in the Bible, read scriptures, go out with friends, get you a different group, do everything that's going to give you a positive attitude. I personally know that God doesn't fail, that no matter what you do and no matter what you've been through, he can recall your victory, and justice belongs to him. That narcissist, no matter what class, what grade, no matter how many years, he will not get away. He's setting himself up for failure. So you rise up and you feed your mind. You know what you want, and you got to do it again, baby. It doesn't matter how many times you fail. It's the one time you get up again. You see what I'm saying? So not the failure times. Keep getting up. You said, but I keep falling. Let's not think about that. Think about the time that you get up, because that's going to matter the most. Let's keep going. So Haka said, this narc made me not want to be in another relationship, especially with this being my first one. Of course, what they do good. Narcissists are very excellent in what they do. They're very good in what they do. When you have a narcissist, baby, a real one, and you won't forget them easy. No, ma'am. No, sir. You won't forget them easy. This is a classroom of life. My husband used to say, in the midst of living, life happened. You won't forget about this, baby. You're going to walk this thing out every single day. And like you said, I don't trust anybody. Yeah, you do. You trust everybody. You trust what they show you. You trust what you pick up from them. When a person show you who they are, you believe them. That's Jackson. Yes, Jackson. Absolutely. Christian Soldier said, tomorrow is going to be a great day. It's going to be an absolutely fantabulous day. And Libra said, I remember your video that you made about the narcissist mother. She said, and I did not want to believe it. God is working through you, and you were on the money. Thank you so much. I appreciate those moments of encouragement, and I take it. And you know what? It is not always easy to remove the pain and to respond to the pain, because sometimes you get hit from the person in pain. But I'm telling you that we can do this. We can do this together. We're not going to let the narcissist win. This is not the end of your story. And we refuse to put a period where we put a comma. This is a comma page. This is not the end of the story. Let's see what we have here. Jayla said, do you feel it's common for their parents to be knocked too? She said the duo of narc partners and in-laws are the beats, absolutely. And sometimes it can be a family situation. It can be herbs. It can be a herd situation. The dad is the narcissist, the mom is the narcissist, the children are narcissists, his siblings are narcissists, and then the narcissists you meet and they take you there, and you're like, well, how can we have a family of narcissists? Because that family has been traumatized. What is the narcissist going to produce? And when they produce an empath, that becomes a target. And the empath always search for themselves to fit, because they don't fit in the narcissist family. Danielle, she said, we are a family and we encourage each other. She said, grow, and I tell, grow, get over it. She said, I tell them. She said, don't invalidate my feelings. You don't go through this. Absolutely. How come I said, Jackson, it hurt. Everyone says to get over it. She said, and I tell them, don't invalidate. This is how come my feeling. No, we don't invalidate your feelings. But how come you can't stay there? You can't stay there. You cannot. You can't stay there. The longer you stay there, the more you can stay there. And you got to admit, you've already been trained how to become subservient to that emotion. And you when you love someone, don't fault yourself for loving someone. You know, you thought that you had someone to love. That's why you gave your love. And then you find out different when the mask fall off. So you don't feel bad. You get up. One thing about it, I thought about a picture before the warrior. They showed this little girl who was just a meek and mild little girl. After the narcissist, they showed the woman who was on, what is this movie that Arnold Schwarzenegger played on? and she came out fully loaded. You're coming out fully loaded. You're coming out fully armed, because it takes something to make it past this. And Hardcore, let me tell you something. Don't you underestimate yourself, girl. You still making it. You still in your right mind. You came out of narcissist church where people accuse you. I think you do well. And so you need to give yourself the credit for that. Excellent. Christina said, thank you for being such a great spiritual guide for us. She said, we all need an elder to guide us as women and answer the spiritual questions, especially when it comes to this. She said, I admire you and I am grateful for you. I am so thankful. Thank you, Christina. That is such a blessing. I'm deeply honored. And Libra said, well, she said, whoever that was that talked about the black guys that happened to me. She said, and like you said, I never forgot it to this day. Those black eyes, She said, and the hatred that was coming off this individual shook me to the core. See, that's that demonic stare. And I got a video. I got a video on the 4 types of stares. Then I got an older video that's talking about the demonic stare. Go back. Put it into the search mode and go Helen Sattler, Destiny Hepper, the narcissistic stare. Dr. Brian has an excellent one too. So go and look at them. I'm telling you, people. Hey, I'm going to have to go. I am here in Oklahoma. And it is beautiful here. It's hot here. It's wonderful here. And so when I'm coming to you, I will be coming for the next few days from Oklahoma City before I fly back to Seattle. I want to thank you for your time. You're so, so awesome. And I'm telling you, never underestimate you. May the value of who you are be recognized beyond everything that you've been through. You can do this. And it's not easy. Like I said, you are in the boxing ring. And sometimes when you swing, you may miss a few blows. But it ain't over. Don't you count me out, because I don't quit. And because you didn't quit, look where we are. You are able to be on this port, and you're able to be here encouraging each other, strengthening each other. Why? Because we didn't quit. And don't you dare stop on us. The way out, God will give you. Because when you get tired of the pain, you're going to get tired of the game. And the game is always played at the expense of your emotions. Look, if you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, go ahead and subscribe. Push that bell. Every time I come on and upload new content, you will be alerted. So make sure you subscribe. I am believing God. I want to get to 20,000 subscribers. Tell everybody. If you join on Thursday night, no matter where I am in the world, I try to correlate that time unless I just can't do it. And usually when I'm in Africa, London, or different places like that, I may not be able to correlate that time. Then when I chance I get, I'm back on the port. Thank you so much for those of you who have supported me over the years. You have supported me. You have subscribed to my channel. You email me, and feel free to email me at destinyhepper12s@gmail.com. I am a certified life coach. If you want coaching, you can come to me. My daughter is a licensed counselor. I am a licensed pastor and the presiding bishop over Into His Chambers Global Ministry. So those of you who want, and you're in the state of Washington, she is a certified licensed counselor. Please access her. And she's also a life coach. And I do recommend Telsha. I love Telsha, and she's a tremendous encouragement. The knowledge she had is phenomenal. You know, and when you listen to these other people, make sure that they are credible, you know, because there are many of them. There's great help that is online. We're not the only ones, but we are there in the fight, and we're telling you win, win, win is written all over you, and we won't stop. No matter what happens, we are there, and we're cheering you on. All right, guys, I'm going to have to go. Once again, I'm here in Oklahoma, and I'm just having an awesome time. I'm here for a conference, and so if I get a chance, I am going to create another video. So make sure you, if you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Feel free to write me at Destiny Hepper 12s at gmail.com. And some of you all said, well, what if I want, I appreciate the word and I want to give, you can. You know, you can give here on this port or $sign Helen Sadler if you can cash out. Or you can go to paypal.me / you can go to Destiny Helper 12s paypal.me / Destiny Helper, and make sure you put that 12s and give that way. Thank you so much for even the thought of it. I really appreciate you, and I'm telling you, we going to do this. No matter what we've been through, it ain't over yet, because we don't give in, we don't give out, and we will not give up. I'm going to see you on the next video, and I want to welcome you to Oklahoma right here with me. Thank you so much. I'll see you on the next video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. God bless you. Push that bell. Every time I come on, uploaded information will come to you first. Thank you, and I'll see you on the next video. God bless.